A new report from the National Association of Realtors shows home buying is becoming harder than ever to achieve here, and specifically thinking about that market and that share of the first-time home buyers dropping to a historic low of just 24% of all buyers. Joining me now, we've got Jessica Lautz, who is the National Association of Realtors Deputy Chief Economist and Vice President of Research. Jessica, it's great to have you back on the program here with us, and thanks for taking the time. Just walk us through some of the findings here, and especially how this is impacting first-time home buyers.
Yeah, it's really striking this year. Not only did we see that first-time homebuyers dropped to a historical low that we have not seen in our data set back to 1981, but they're also at an all-time high for age. So that means they're saving for a longer period of time. They're now a median age of 38 years old, so closer to 40 than we would have seen historically when they were just 28. We also know they have higher incomes, so $26,000 jump in just 2 years.
And so with that in mind, what does this stem back to? We can talk about the cost of education and trying to pay that down and trying to make sure you're credit worthy to be able to then go apply for a loan to get a mortgage. You could talk about the push out of family formation even, and all of these things that would typically go into the mindset of buying a home. So when we think about how that is also going to be factored into the decision making of purchasing a home, what are we anticipating the next few years to look like here?
Yeah, you cited all of the struggles that we're seeing for those first-time home buyers, and then just adding on those higher interest rates, the inflation last year, making it difficult to save. I think moving forward, it is more of an encouraging picture, because if we look at last year, interest rates going up to nearly 8% October of last year, and there was that certain shock into some households where student loan debts came back in October of 2023 as well. So as we move forward, I think we're looking at a better picture. Interest rates have come down. There's slightly more inventory in the market. Builders are starting to build again. All of these things could be encouraging for first-time homebuyers coming back, but this year, very bleak data.
What are you hearing from sellers on the other side, Jessica?
Well, I think there's a lot of sellers who are locked into those low interest rates, really unwilling to make that move. That being said, those folks who are out there, those repeat buyers who are in the market, who are making housing trades, we're seeing an all-time share of all cash buyers not financing their next purchase. So they have all of this housing equity, wealth in their home, and able to do this without an actual mortgage on that next property.
And for people who are at some extremely low rates and saying, why would I leave? How do you anticipate that impacting the length, the duration for people staying in their houses longer? And I think we have a stat that we can actually show our viewers here about just how that's moderated over the years, and the length, the median years, sitting at about 10 years right now for the past few, of people staying in their homes.
Right. Coming out of the Great Recession, people have really looked at their home differently. People knew that it was not a quick flip for housing equity gains, that this is a long-term investment for their future. But now we have low interest rate mortgages where people are just staying put. They may remodel their current residence, but I have to say that life changes do happen. They do catch up to you. Whether you get married, you get divorced, you can't time these things to a mortgage interest rate. But we know new babies are also a motivating factor to move. But the number one reason to move today is just to be close to friends and family, because it's retirees who are the bulk of repeat buyers and sellers today.
Really interesting. Okay, Jessica Lautz, who is the National Association of Realtors Deputy Chief Economist and Vice President of Research. Thanks so much. Great to see you, Jessica.
Thank you.